Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85 back today with my latest video, my latest figure review. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at my Sci-Fi Revoltech Rodan figure. I do apologize. I realize it's been a little bit since the last time I posted. Unfortunately, I had an accident on a ladder here at the house and dislocated my shoulder, so definitely was not a fun experience. I'm still kind of in the process of trying to rehab and whatnot. My arm was in a sling before. I was able to take it out, but I still kind of have limited range of movement, and unfortunately it is my left arm and I'm a lefty, so so that kind of adds to the situation a bit, especially trying to use my right hand to do things. But nonetheless, though, I wanted, at least feeling well enough that I wanted to try to get this video out to you guys. Like I said, I know it's been a minute. And this was definitely one that I was looking forward to. So the Revoltech figures, I've done a couple before. I've done the Revoltech Mothra and the Revoltech Baragon figures. I really love Revoltech. I think they do a great job. Really love their kaiju figures. It was a shame that the line didn't continue, especially to me, because like other people have said, they were almost like a precursor to SH Monster Arts, because of the way that the detail was just so phenomenal and had a lot of points of articulation for each of the figures. So, so definitely, they did some really cool stuff. So like I said, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at Rodan here today. I did get this guy used on eBay, so it did not come in the box that the Revoltech figures normally come in. This was a loose figure, and I only have a few of the accessories. It didn't come with everything. The things that are missing on it are the little placard with the Rodan logoing on it, 1956 and whatnot, because that's what this is based on, the original 1956 Rodan. So that's missing, the that orange translucent box and the Revoltech coin. Those two pieces are missing as well. And then I'm trying to think, I believe though otherwise I have the rest of the stuff that comes with it. So we'll take a look at the accessories in just a bit here. First things first, so let's go ahead and jump into the paint and detail. I'll do the best that I can, like I said here. And one thing that you'll note, this guy does not stand well on its own, so I kind of had to use the wing as like a way to kind of prop him up, just for the sake of doing this. But, like I said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the paint and detail here. Try to hold the camera here with my left hand as best I can. Hopefully it focuses for you guys so you guys can see. So the beak, almost this sort of creamish, yellowish color. Basically what you would expect from Rodan. And I apologize, like I said, I'm trying to get it to focus as best as I can. Really nice detail there, though, as well. And you can see the wrinkles around the nostrils. Got the little beady black eyes there, if the camera picks that up, which is very signature of the original Rodan. You got the two, the horn crests on the back of the head, nice and pointy. Also in like this sort of creamish color, like the beak. The inside of the mouth there, you can see you got the red tongue and you got the individually sculpted teeth there. Really cool. Those are done in looks like a bone color. They look really, really good. Then otherwise on the face you got the nice like deep brown color and some almost sort of like a black wash shading done for it, so that looks really, really cool. Really great job capturing the face. The neck here, as you can see, all the texturing on it. Again, the sort of deep brown color is the main color scheme around Rodan's body. And again, you got a lot of that black wash that it kind of goes over it just to add some extra, extra detail into it. So looking down though, here you got the chest and abdomen area, and you got, again, this sort of bone color, the spikes that protrude, that armor plating that he's got along his chest and abdomen, carries down there to the waist area, and yeah, the crotch area as well. Again, though, the spikes and the armor plating there, very, very cool looking. Really nice rough texturing as well, so it definitely feels like it is a true armor plate. And again, you can see all the texturing and whatnot along the body as well. And you got the legs captured very well here, the sort of thin Rodan legs. Again, armor plating on them, and then of course you got the claws there, sort of like a cream bone color there, as you guys can see. Hopefully it picks it up. The underside of the feet captured very well, the detail. You got the hoof talon there on each side of his back of his foot there. Again, with that cream bone color. You got the wings here. Again, the brown with the black wash, and wings like a very soft texture. But you know what? That's probably indicative of what the suit would have been like. And you got some nice texturing on it as well, almost like a sort of membrane look to it. Looks really, really good. I think so anyway. So, and then taking a look on the back here, you got this sort of sail that goes down his back and onto his tail, that sort of flap-like tail that he's got. Again, obviously he's like a pterodactyl, pteranodon, so very, very indicative of what you would expect from a pteranodon kaiju. Again, more of that detail work on the back of the wings there. And another look around on him. And then here, before I miss it, the claws that are on each of the wings. Again, you got that cream bone color for the actual claws, the nails there, and you got the hands there. Nice little detail work on those, and the other side as well. So I think it looks really, really cool. Let's see if he still stands. Yep, for the moment he is. Awesome. So, yep, so that pretty much captures the paint and detail work. Like I said, doing the best I can here, folks. So let's go ahead, though, now. Let's jump into the articulation, though. So, first things first here. The beak is on a hinge. So it does open and close. You guys can see here if the camera would focus a little bit. The only thing is the range of motion is limited, so that's about as far as you can open it. But you get something at least. Then the head itself, the head and neck, they are on a couple different of the Revoltech joints, which people have been denoted before, like these sort of ratchet joints that have the two pegs on each side and like a ball, almost like a ball joint, ratchet joint in the middle. So that's why you get this sort of clickety notion when you move them. But you see, though, you can get some decent range of motion out of the head there. Let's see here. See if I can put the camera down so I can use both my hands. And you could turn a little bit. And you can always pop, because the Revoltech joints, though, the way they're designed, you can always pop like the pieces off and then reposition the joints to get some different ranges of motion. But you guys, though, can see, though, you can definitely turn side to side. Again, you can look up and down. You can try to reposition this as well to get him more in like a flying type pose. I'm not going to get too crazy with all that. And then otherwise, though, here you got the wings. Now you can clearly see the Revoltech joints on the wings right there, and you hear the snap when you flap them like that. But you get really, really nice range of motion. Actually, the wing, it slips off, but you can see that joint right there. So very, very cool. The claws are on a hinge, so you can hinge those up and down the other side. Okay, the waist you can turn. Got a little bit of an it's got a pretty decent ab crunch there. Again, you hear the clickety clack of the Revoltech joint. They're definitely very proud of their joints. And you get some nice range going backward, forward, and like I said, you can turn it as well side to side. So pretty darn good range of motion there. The legs, you can kick forward. Again, Revoltech joints here at the hips. Get a little bit back. It's only slightly out to the side there, but again, though, you'd have to try to reposition the Revoltech joint to get more of an outward motion with the leg. But you do get a nice, decent range kicking forward, as you can see, and then a little bit backward. Nothing crazy. Now, you do have standard hinges at the knees. And there, you can see you get a nice single bend out of the knee joints right there. So pretty cool, nice hinge. And then you've got a Revoltech joint actually at the ankle here. So you can, yeah, you actually got some decent pivot there. So actually some nice ankle rocker motion here. Both of the foots plus a nice hinge forward and back. And you can definitely pull it all the way back to capture a flying pose. So very cool. Very awesome. And I think that pretty much covers the articulation for this guy. Let's hope that I can get him standing again like I had him before. Possibly. Alright. So just kind of position the wing enough so that you can get it to balance him. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at the accessories next, and then we'll get into some sizing here. So, like I said, I mentioned the accessories that I am missing before, but the ones that I do have are this miniature Rodan figure there, and it's actually, now I have it permanently affixed to this little pole here, as you can see. I had to glue it in just because I had some issues with that, but so it's permanently affixed to it. Normally it would be a separate piece, and this is a separate piece here, the base, as you guys can see, but it does peg in there. Just clear little pole and clear square base there, and then you got this nice detail work on this miniature Rodan figure. Now, you guys, you know, spoiler alert, obviously, but if you guys are familiar with the original Rodan film from 1956, there were two. There was Rodan and his mate. So, essentially, I would assume this captures that sort of scene in the movie when they were attacking Sasebo. And you know, you had both of them attacking the city at the same time. The one that was getting attacked by the military, and then you had the secondary Rodan coming in to sort of save its mate or help its mate anyway. So, but you guys can see some nice detail work there again with that main color for the brown, the deep brown, and the black wash highlights along the body there. It looks really cool. Very nicely detailed there. Seeing a little bit of the cream color on the beak and the horns. Nothing too crazy. Nice texturing there though for the body and the armor plating. So it definitely looks pretty cool. And like I said, it pegs in just this clear pole and then this clear square base that it plugs into, so you can set up a nice little diorama setup there. You also get this secondary pole here. Again, it's a clear pole, and this is used to plug in to another accessory that it comes with, so we'll get into that right now. And that is, of course, sort of the big, you know, the really cool thing that you get here as far as accessories goes, this building. And you can see the building sort of partially crumbled. This was to mimic when Rodan sort of not crashed, but landed onto it and you know, sort of crushed that building from the film. So you get the nice Japanese lettering there. I believe it was like a business building or something. So I don't know what it says, but looks very cool. You've got all the detail work there. So, and you can see all the crumbling and tearing in the building. And this part actually does sort of collapse in because that's where the peg is going to go. They're on these sort of ball joints here. It's not the easiest thing in the world to do, but you see you can get them to work. Here's the joint right there. So it's not really supposed to come all the way out. It's just supposed to sort of push inward, but it's not the easiest thing to do, like I said. So Just got to kind of do it the best you can. But you can see the inside of it there. Really cool crumbling effect though there, and you can see all nice like almost a sort of cream wash color for the building. You got like the nice windows, very detailed. Back of the building, not too much there, but just sort of this crumbling effect there, this concrete looking part on the back of the building, and then you can actually turn it and really kind of make it look like it's being crumbled down, so get that nice little effect. And from there, and you just stick the peg in. You can hopefully do it on camera here. Like I said, not the easiest thing in the world to do, and then, you know, right up his backside there is where the peg hole is. There's no easy, delicate way to put it, but you can insert it, and then you've got Rodan mimicking that scene of when he landed on the building. Hold on one second, folks. Yeah. So, and let's see, let's pull it back here, try to get that in focus, in view, I should say. Back, and so as you guys can see, so you can mimic that scene from the film. So very, very cool. I definitely have always loved Revoltech's accessories. So anyways, that pretty much captures it for that. Now let's go ahead here, take this back off, and move that so I can just kind of have him standing up again. And now for sizing. Now that's the thing with the Revoltech figures, they're in sort of their own scale. This is sort of like a 5-inch-ish figure, so it's not really going to size in well with your 6 to 7-inch figures like from Bandai and what have you. But it's still just a really awesome piece nonetheless. And just to compare them size-wise, I do have my YMSF Rodan, the 1956 Rodan, which I had previously reviewed. So let's just go ahead and bring him in here just for a little size comparison. Just to kind of show you guys there what you're looking at. Size-wise, again, just got to make sure that he's standing up. And bear with me just a minute, folks. Okay, so now you guys can see here, and I'll lift the camera just so you guys can see. So they definitely do not scale in well. The YMSF one towers over the Revoltech figure. So like I said, these are, you know, in their own scale. They're, you know, not as big as your standard 6 to 7-inch figures. This is like probably, like I said, like a 5-inch figure. So, but you could just kind of see just for size comparison here. Nonetheless, it's still, you know, I think just an absolutely awesome figure anyway. Really, really is very highly detailed. Really captures the look of that original 1956 Rodan, which that original design is my personal favorite version of Rodan. I absolutely love it. So I was really, really happy to get this guy in my collection. Now, as far as pricing goes, and that's the thing, the Revoltech figures came out, you know, a while back. Many, you know, over 10, 15 years ago at this point. I'm trying to remember exactly when it was. Initially, they were actually fairly reasonably priced. Like, you can usually get them for around $40, maybe $50 at the most. But nowadays, because they're older figures and they're kind of rare, you know, they're definitely going to cost you. So I would say you're looking at, you know, for Rodan here, you know, definitely well over 100. So, you know, if you want to try to pick him up, especially if you're going to try to get him new in box, you just got to realize that it is an older figure and it's rare. So you're gonna have to pay the price in order to, you know, pick him up. But if you are in the market, this is a fantastic representation of the, like I said, of Rodan, the 1956 version. So with that, though, I think that brings us to the end of this video. I appreciate you guys bearing with me. Like I said, doing the best I can here with my arm. But nonetheless, I would like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my figures, please feel free to do so. Excuse me, any of my videos, I should say. Please feel free to do so as well. But just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.